Hi everyone, I'm JD. Welcome back to my channel. So I've got another Junk Journal with Me episode working in my daily catch-all, and I'm going to be working across these 3 pages at the very front of the journal. And yeah, I often find it hard to fill in those front pages just because I want it to be something meaningful and I'm afraid of ruining the front. But yeah, this time I thought, let's just go for it. Let's do these front pages. And I've pulled out some of my printouts from, I think it's one of the monthly journal kits, and I think it's from June or July, not sure which, but it's to do with purpose. So every month I put out a monthly journal kit, and every month there's a different theme, and there are 4 prompts that go with the month, and also 20 pieces to print out: ephemera, vintage ephemera, doilies, postcards, all different types of things, just to help with decorating the page. And so I've pulled out some of the things here, and I'm just going through them and choosing which ones I want to include on the page. The other reason, did I even say? There's a couple reasons why I have chosen to use these for the front of the journal. So first of all, this journal has not just been a daily catch-all, it has become a 2020 journal where I record things I want to remember from this year. And one of the things I wanted to do this year was 20 things in 2020. So I've got a list of 20 goals, I suppose you call them, that I want to have done by the end of the year. So things like write another book, do a journal swap. I can't remember the other things off the top of my head, but one of them was to do these monthly journal kits. And so I thought I would start off this journal with commemorating that goal for the year, but also this particular month we focused on purpose, and I thought that would be a great meaningful page to do for the front, because there's so many meanings to it, like the purpose of my life, the purpose of my days, the purpose of this journal, the purpose of journals in general, the purpose of these journal kits, goals, all that kind of stuff. So it all tied in together. I love goals, I love projects, and I love thinking about purpose. It's something I've done ever since I was a kid, and something I will continue to do, just, spending time reflecting on purpose and that kind of thing. And so over here, I just stick down all the pieces as I arrange them. So what have I got? I've got at the top there a library card, and it says storytelling. So that ties into my purpose of wanting to write and share stories, and how I have a core belief and value that we are all made to live our own stories, own them, and share them, and our stories will help each other. And then I've got this one here with the heart and the blue flowers, because my word for the year is love, so I can write about that too. And then this one here, there's a lady reading a book, so again that ties in with my values or purpose of stories, reading stories, sharing stories, writing stories, all that kind of thing. And this other piece that I chose was just the spiel and the extra prompts. So every month, along with the 4 main prompts, I add a few extras just to help with reflection. And if you're stuck with what do I journal about, or you've got a blank page, you can pull out this list of prompts, and maybe one of them will spark an idea. Or even if it doesn't spark a journal page, it could just give you a bit of time to sit and reflect and think about those prompts or questions. So just sticking that down there. So very simple page spread, but it is packed full of meaning for me. And now I'm just going to pull out one of these linens from Johanna Clough. Her Etsy is Little Bindi. This is one of my favorite one of hers. And I'm just looking around for what might fit on the page, just to kind of add a bit more, colour, decoration, interest, and also to section the page off. I love using linens and doilies as ways to create journaling spaces, very pretty journaling spaces. So I keep mine in this plastic folder, and pulled out a few, and I think I only end up using one of them. And I did go for my favourite one. So I was thinking, do I cover the entire page? But it was looking a bit too busy. I do like the vintage ledger paper showing a little bit. So now I'm just playing around with which one I want to use and how much of it I use. And then I'll just read out those prompts for the weeks. There was core values, a life quote, vision statement, and mission statement. So I thought I would use those as a jumping off point, and I would journal about each of those 4 things across these 3 pages. And so I'll talk about that a bit as we go along when I get to writing those down. But first I'm going to stick this piece on the side of the page. And I'm pretty sure that's where I write my life quote. And it's just a life quote for this year, for this season. You know, my life quote might change year to year. Maybe every year I'll come up with a different quote. So I think, I write my life quote actually on that piece. And I'm just grabbing a pen. Originally I was going to try using my Micron, but then I changed my mind and used the Jewel pen, which I absolutely love. I think it's one of my favourite pens. Oh, you can't even see the jewel on the end. Okay, anyway, so my life quote that I'm writing here is, beauty can be found everywhere. Good can be found in anyone. And wisdom can be learned from everything. So that is one of my life quotes that represents, my absolute core belief that in every fibre of my being, I do believe beauty can be found everywhere, that good can be found in every single person, and that every single thing can be learned from. And now over here, I'm writing out my core values. I was trying to get it to a top 10 core values. So obviously you've got heaps and heaps of values, but my top priority, or my very topmost core values, I just wanted to kind of distill. So I've been thinking about this for weeks, months, trying to distill it. I've been brainstorming. I've got lists with 20, 30 words, and I've been narrowing it down. I've been swapping words in and out. And so far I've come up with my top 9. And I'm just waiting for that light bulb moment before I can find my next word. I'm curious, if you're still watching, leave a comment below what your top 10 core values are. Or feel free to just share whatever your answers are for each of these 4 prompts. But I'm also curious, do you have a word for me from what you know of me? If you watch my channel a lot and hear my stories, do you have a word that you just naturally think of that jumps right out at you, that you can go, yeah, that's one of her core values, or that's what I see in her? I don't know. Because I know that when I find the word, it will just hit me. It will just jump out at me. And that's what all of these words do. The only 10 that make the list are ones that fully grab my heart and resonate with my soul. You know that feeling? That's why, I don't put anything on the list where, there's plenty of things I value, but it doesn't reach out and just grab my heart, whereas these 9 words so far do. And I'll share a bit about those later. Anyway, what am I writing over here? My mission statement I'm writing over there, which is, I am made to write and create, to uphold the worth, dignity, and image of God in all people, especially through writing and art. So I try to do this, through everything I do, through my words and actions, the way I live, whatever I do. But in particular, I feel like, we're called to use our gifts to the best that we can. And we all have different gifts and things that we are passionate about. And the thing that I am most passionate about, I guess, is writing and creating. So I see it as a responsibility for me to use those things to bring about my purpose of letting people know they are loved, they are worthy, they are seen, they are known, and you guys are all a gift to the world. So whatever your gifts are, whatever your passions are, I believe that you can find a way to use them to add good to the world and live out your purpose. It might take a bit of lateral thinking sometimes, creative thinking, but I think, whatever we're called to do, whatever it is that we're skilled at and gifted at and passionate about, that's our purpose. That's what we can use to help make the world a better place. And over here, I'm just writing more about my vision statement, in particular with Willow Bound Journals. So Willow Bound Journals is a way I can live my mission statement to bring light and love into the world, to try and help make the world a better place, help make people's lives better, whether it's through creativity and inspiration or beauty. So thanks for watching. Hope that was fun. I'll see you next video. Bye.